This is Mike. I am in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Strand Nissan, and I'm checking out a 2016 Nissan Rogue in the SL trim level. And the color of this one is a jade green. Really awesome looking color. That's really what made me pick this particular Rogue. They have quite a few of them right now. But let's go ahead and check it out. It has 18-inch alloy wheels, painted a silver color, and it has the four-wheel disc brakes, and all four wheels are ventilated disc brakes, by the way, which is pretty awesome. You can see you have the privacy glass there on the back. Pretty significant amount of chrome. You have some chrome on the handles, around the windows there. You have the black, I don't know if you can notice, separated from the green there is the black plastic trim around the edge on the bottom that protects the doors and the paint. You also have it around the edges of the wheel wells, which helps out, and in the front. So here in the front you have halogen projector low beams there on that side, and then you have the high beam reflector design. You also have a LED running light that goes around the headlight while you're driving during the day. You have that classic Nissan emblem there with the chrome surrounding it. You also have a little hidden camera underneath there. Underneath the Nissan name. That's for the around view monitor system, which we'll go into a little bit more detail later on. A little bit of chrome there at the bottom, a little bit around the fog lights as well. This is what the key looks like. It's basically what Nissan's used for a while now for the proximity key. You have a lock and unlock button there. You have the ability to open up the powered trunk there and the lift gate, and then you have a panic button at the bottom. It does have a physical key on the inside. You can use that little switch there to pull out the physical key just in case you need to use that. So let's go ahead and check it out, make sure it's unlocked. Pushing the unlock button. And actually, I don't even have to do that. With the proximity system, all I have to do is push this button right here to lock and unlock the door. So let's take a quick peek at the window sticker so you can get all the details with using the pause button. And let's take a look on the inside. There's the inside of the passenger door. All soft touch features here. This right here is not soft touch. It looks like it, but it's not. But this right here is. And then you have like a sporty, almost like a carbon fiber look there to that accent on the door. Bottle holder there at the bottom. But overall, good design, nice and comfortable. Has a place for your arm to go, and actually more of a vertical handle there so you can kind of hold on. Here's your threshold, and here's your seats. Heated leather seats here on the front with the perforations down the center. You have some stitching, which is not as noticeable because it's not a contrast stitching, but it's in a French design. You see the little perforations there, quite a few of them, and it's spread out throughout the middle of the seat there. Take a look at the legroom, which is really good. There's your glove compartment. It's all plastic on the inside, but it goes in there quite a ways. I don't know if you can see that in the video. Yeah, I think you can see that. And the contours of the dash there kind of help out with, not getting in your way. Then you have that same, I'm calling it kind of like a carbon fiber styling, a fake carbon fiber styling there. But I'm not sure, it might be called something else, but it looks pretty cool. Let's take a look here in the back, and you notice it has this privacy glass, keeping the sun off of you and also people from looking in so much. And let's take a look at what it looks like going out. So you can see it gives you the ability to kind of ease on your eyes so much versus the without the tint there. Okay, so there's the inside of the back door. Soft to the touch right in here. Then you have the bottle holder and all that good stuff. It does have the premium Bose sound system, and that's one of the speakers there, part of it. There's your threshold. It has a little plastic step there to help get in the vehicle. And check out the floorboard. Way down in there with a very, very insignificant hump there in the center, which really helps out with your legroom for all three passengers. So here's your back seats, and it is a 60-40 split. I do have the center part folded down, just that's your armrest and cup holders, but when you actually lock that in place, that's the 60% side and this is the 40% side, and you notice this actually reclines. So the backseat drivers are also backseat recliners. You know, they can hang out back there and get comfortable. You still have the perforations here on the back leather seats as the latch system for the child seats. Overall, it's pretty much just like a bench seat for the most part, so you can slide in and out since it holds 3 passengers. Check out that panoramic sunroof they got back here. That's awesome. You can also fold these seats down. There's a little, you can see through the glass there, but there's a little latch that you lift up and you can fold these seats down like so, and that adds to your cargo space. The fuel door is on the passenger side. Let's go ahead and check it out now. It's a lockable fuel door. So with it being on the passenger side, you can talk your passengers into pumping gas for you, so you don't have to get your hands dirty. So there it is, pretty basic design with the little tether there and the cap, and has a neat little place to put your cap to keep it away from your nice shiny green paint so it doesn't scratch it. Let's take a look here in the back. It has a spoiler across the top there, which is looking pretty good. Privacy glass, rear windshield wiper, some chrome accents across the back, accenting the Nissan emblem and the Rogue emblem there. Let's take a look at the exhaust back here. It's a single exhaust right there for the 4-cylinder to breathe. So it also has the backup camera right in there. So let's go ahead and open it up. There's a button under here. Now I could use the key. I can push and hold the button on the key, or I could just push this little button under here. It's a electronic button. You just push it and it opens up for you. Like so. So here's your cargo space. Before you start folding seats down, this is what you have, which is very good. You have this space here. You also have the shade. And you have the ability to put the shade down in this area here. So you can take the shade and put it, you just have to remove these little side pieces here, and they just snap in place, and you can put it across the back to get it out of your way when you're not using it. So this is pretty cool. You have the ability to take this panel right here. Not only do you have some storage space underneath it, here and here, okay, and you also have a spare tire under here as well. It also has the Bose subwoofer mounted there, but you have the ability to take this panel with one hand and you can pull it this way like so. It drops down, you push it down like so, so now you have some more vertical storage space. But that's not all. You can also like from that position there, you can lift it up, pull it up like so, and then push it back, and now it's like a shelf. And you still have that storage space underneath it. You have that shelf system there. Really awesome feature. Here on the left side is a little compartment, and that's where you'll find your jack and tools for changing your tire. And on the right you have a light and a 12-volt power supply. To lower the lift gate here, the power lift gate, you can use the key, of course, but you can also push this button and it'll go down like so. And if it meets any resistance, it'll stop, but you know, it's not gonna like crush a shopping cart or anything. It'll just stop, but you still have to watch out for little kids and their fingers and stuff around the edges. Let's take a look on this side just to kind of give you another point of view. Really like this panoramic sunroof. To start the car, all you have to do is have the key inside with you, and you just put your foot on the brake and push this button. Let's take a look under the hood. Check out the engine. To open the hood, the little latch is a little bit slightly to the right of the emblem here. You just kind of move it to the left and then lift up the hood. It's a pretty light hood, not hard to lift up. There's your latch there. So here's your engine. It's a 4-cylinder, 2.5 liter 4-cylinder to be exact. And it has, or it gets, 170 horsepower, 175 pound-feet of torque, and it's mated to an Xtronic CVT transmission. And I like the way it's not covered up too much with plastic. You can actually see some metal there. You see the heat shield for the exhaust there in the front. The intake is there in the back. That helps out with the heat, expulsion of the heat there on the front of the vehicle, so it's away from the cabin as much as possible, and it can go under the vehicle and away from you. Insulated battery, which helps out with longevity. Everything's nice and tidy and organized. Let's take a look here on the driver's side now. And the door is basically just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. You have the back and front power window controls, and the driver's side door is automatic, up and down. Goes up and down pretty quickly. Your door lock controls are in here. Side mirrors are controlled here. You just pick a side, and then you can adjust with this little pad. Power adjusted seats with powered lumbar support. Really comfortable seats in this vehicle. So there's your floorboard. Place to put your left foot is nice. Plenty of legroom. There's your parking brake there as well. So let's take a look here. There's quite a few buttons right in this area. Your traction control, you can turn that off if you need to. Sport mode will emphasize performance over fuel economy. You can open up your power liftgate with that button, and you can turn that feature off right there so it doesn't automatically go all the way up. You have an eco mode right here, and this button right here will chime a little alarm if you get close to something. So with the around view monitor system, it monitors the motion, any kind of motion on the cameras, and you can turn that feature on and off there. Your gauges, the dimmer switch for your gauges is there, and then your trip reset is right here. You have a manually adjusted steering column. You just do that number, unlock it, it will telescope and tilt. And you just lock it in place like so.
After years of searching, I have finally found you, Reagan. Run, Reagan!
Alrighty, here we are on the inside, 2016 Nissan Rogue SL. So let's go ahead and start here on the steering wheel. It is a leather wrapped steering wheel with a really awesome texture around on the actual leather. And I'm not sure if it's actual real genuine leather or not, but it sure does feel good. You have the stitching on the inside there, a little bit of a bolster for a good grip. Really like the texturing. That's just really stands out to me. So here on the steering wheel, we have the cruise control on the right, on and off. Just make sure it's turned on. You can set it. You can change through your speeds. You can resume by going up, and you can cancel there. Down here you have your Bluetooth phone. You can answer calls. And right on this side is your voice recognition and making calls. So you can say certain commands, like call a particular person that's in your phone book. So like say if there's somebody named Victor in your phone book on your phone, you can just say, push that and say call Victor, and then this will hang up there. On this side you have your volume for your radio. You have your source like AM, FM, satellite radio. And down here, these buttons here correspond with this menu system here in the center of the gauges, which we'll get to in just a second. So here on the right is your windshield wipers for the front and back. Here on the left is your headlight controls. You have automatic, just regular on, headlights on, parking lights, and then off. And then your fog lights are controlled on that side. So here's your gauges. You have your RPMs there to the left, temperature gauge, fuel gauge there on the bottom right, and your speedometer. But right here in the center, we have a just kind of information screen. You have this vehicle has 7 miles on it, so that's your odometer. And up here you have your outside temperature, and this is your time. And you can change these things if you want to. And these little icons there, let's see if I can zoom in to kind of show you. One is your blind spot monitoring system, showing you that it's active. The other one is your forward collision warning system. And so this is what is showing on this particular screen. But you can change that. So using these buttons on the steering wheel, particularly this button, I'm going to cycle through some different screens here. So this is your driving aids. This is where your tire pressures would show up while you're driving. Any warnings would show up right here. And here's your settings, so you can turn on and off the blind spot monitoring system or the forward collision warning system. You can adjust a clock, all kinds of different things there. Push it again. This is your range and your average speed. Now, and your average fuel economy. Now, just want to mention, some people get quite upset when I show them these things on the screen. This vehicle's new. It has 7 miles. They don't understand. Some people may not understand that you're going to get a lot more than 3.2 miles per gallon. This is just an average. So some people see that and they're like, "Oh, this car only gets 3.2 miles per gallon." I know it's silly, but people actually do that. But yes, the fuel economy is an average of past behavior. Right now, it's only been driven 7 miles total, and most of it's that just drive around in the parking lot. So once you actually start driving it, you'll start getting more accurate figures. This is accurate, but it's based on the lifetime, the short life this vehicle's had. So it's really hard to explain in the comments, so I just want to mention that for people that are confused. Okay, so here is the dashboard. Is kind of like a firm Nerf material. It's pretty soft and comfy, and it's non-reflective, so you don't get a lot of reflection going off into your eyeballs. You also have the Bose speaker there in the top center. There's your vents. So here's your touchscreen, and you have a CD player there, little SD card input. That's for your, like say updating your navigation and stuff like that. So here's your touchscreen. Right now we're in the satellite radio screen, so you can have AM, FM, satellite radio, CD, there's no CD right now, auxiliary input, which also includes your Bluetooth audio. Right now I do have my Samsung phone paired, so we have that showing up as an option. And then I want to show you something. When you have a phone paired, typically I don't have this in my videos, the battery life and the signal strength will actually show up right here. So that way you can see what's going on. Okay, so the navigation screen, you can just choose an address, you can put in your home address, that kind of thing in this screen, and then you have the map button will actually show you the map. And we're kind of zoomed in now, so let me kind of zoom out just so you can kind of see what it looks like, a bigger, broader view here. Okay, so now you can see Grand Strand Nissan is a little bit away from the beach here in Myrtle Beach, so you can give you an idea. And I like the way I have this little sky right up there. That's pretty neat when you zoom out. So here's this apps button here, and this will give you the ability to use some information off of your cell phone. I don't actually have it set up right now. The Nissan Connect services, you need the Nissan Connect app on your cell phone. Once you do that, there's all kinds of cool things you can do. So you can search Google, you can go on Facebook, that kind of thing. But right now I don't have any of that set up. But Sirius XM traffic, Travel Link is pretty cool. You can get fuel prices, weather, and when I say fuel prices, you can actually get the actual fuel prices. It's not set up, of course, it's not set up because of my cell phone, but it will give you the distance, like how far away the gas station is. This is useful in case you're in an area that you're not familiar with and you need the next gas station, and then you can sort it by price and stuff like that. There's the back button there. So lots of cool stuff in there. You have a traditional volume knob, there's your power in the center, and then you can tune through the stations there. You can adjust your audio by pushing the center button, so you can do your bass, treble, balance, fade, speed sensitive volume. That's pretty cool, to where the faster you go, the louder it'll get to compensate for that. And you can change your volume there. Okay, so there's another button right here, and this is I was going to get into this with the backup camera, but let's go ahead and get into it now. When I push this button, this is the around view monitor system. So right now, since I'm not in reverse, it's showing the front. This is the actual front of the vehicle, and it's showing where I'm going. There's my car, there's a tripod sitting there, you can see that, and you can see it's a very wide angle view. You can see from the front bumper all the way up to the sky and all the way around. And you also have this around view monitoring system. There's actually cameras on the bottom of the side mirrors, there's one in the back and in the front, and the computer stitches all these images together to kind of give you a view of what it looks like around your vehicle. And so you'll have these little, as you go, remember I showed you that button you can turn off the sound, so it actually beep if there's actually something moving in those camera angles there. So that's pretty cool. Now if you push the camera button again, it will give you a precise look at the front right tire. So right now, I don't know if you can tell, see right there's the shadow of my car, there's my tripod, see there? Now you can see that's the front right tire. I'm going to go ahead and turn to the left so you can see the tire poke out. So you can see that's the actual tire. So you can really avoid hitting the curb and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And then you push the camera button again and all that goes away. Now, when you put it in reverse, I'll go ahead and do that now. You have the camera angle aiming to the behind the vehicle. So now you're looking directly behind the vehicle. You can see the shadow of it. You can see cars back there. And you also have the lines that will move as you turn the steering wheel. And of course, this still shows up the same way. It doesn't reverse or anything like that. So this is a really good safety feature navigating through a parking lot. You can actually drive forward a little bit, slow speeds, with this actual camera angles up. But once you go, I think it's over 5 miles an hour or something like that, then it'll go away, because they want you to pay attention to where you're going and not look at the screen, because it's only useful at very low speeds, or it's only safe to use, I should say, at very low speeds. And gives that. Okay, so down here is your climate control. You have a dual zone, driver and passenger, and you can adjust this one separately if you want, and you can turn this dual feature off to where both of them are the same. So you can adjust them both with the same knob. Mode changes where you want the air to blow. There's your fan speed. You can put it on automatic, set the temperature, and let it roll, and it'll kind of do its thing. You can recirculate the air with that. You could let the air come in with that. You can turn the air conditioner on and off. You have the front and rear defrosters on both sides there. And when you put on the rear defroster, the heated side mirrors will also activate as well. So down here you'll find a little storage pocket, but you also find a 12-volt power supply, an auxiliary input, and a USB port. So we already saw the shifter, but let's go ahead and go a little bit more. There's reverse, which we saw the camera pops up there. There's neutral, there's drive, and then there's this low range. Now the low range is when you want a lower gear ratio. It doesn't technically have gear ratio since it's a CVT transmission, but it does have speed ratios, which we'll just choose a lower speed ratio. So it's the same principle. Okay, so you have some cup holders here, your heated seat controls, you have a high and low for both sides. You have a little storage pocket for putting your cell phone or something there. That's pretty cool. There's your armrest, very soft armrest, and it has a two-part system here. You have the smaller part here on the top. There you can put some stuff in there. Actually has this little liner that's removable, and let's see what it has on the bottom of it. It just says Nissan on the bottom there. So I was looking for pictures. Some other vehicles have like little Easter eggs and stuff on there, but this doesn't really have that. So there's a little storage pocket, and then you can lift up the whole thing, and then you have this larger storage pocket with a 12-volt power supply in there. And it's going to get cluttered up, so just to let you know. But it has this little place here for wires to go in and out of it, so in case you need to, you know, plug in your cell phone and have the cell phone outside of the compartment, you have the ability to, you know, allow the wires to go out and keep them from getting pinched. So up here is your rear view mirror, and it's a manual day and night mode. You have a place to put your shades right here, and it's like a full pool table felt lining on the inside. You have some tap lights, so you can have a quick reading light in case you need it. SOS, I'm pretty sure that will actually call 911, but I'm not sure. I hadn't tried it. And so you can turn on all the interior lights with that button, and you can make them to where the side doors opening, when you open up the doors, it'll turn on the interior lights as well. This is pretty neat right here. At nighttime, it's like a little ambient light that shines down below. Okay, so panoramic sunroof, that's what this controls. It also has this large shade too, which I'll get into in a second. So right now, the back portion is fixed, but this front portion, you can actually open up like so. Let's see if it goes back any further. No. All right. And the shade comes back. But I'm going to stop the shade because I want to tilt it up to show you. You can tilt it up, tilt it down. So let's go ahead and do the shade now. And this will cover up all 100% of the light from coming in. So if you just don't want the light coming in, you have this power shade that opens and closes. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so the visor has mirrors and lights. And let's take a look at the visibility in the back. Not too shabby. I have all the seats up, the headrests there, and even so, you can see around them pretty good. You have the side windows there, the back windows good. Not too bad. Plus you have all the round view monitor system, the backup camera, the front camera, all that stuff. So if you're back into something, it's definitely going to be your fault. Okay, so there you have it. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and thank you to Grand Strand Nissan here to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, for allowing me to show off an awesome vehicle. I'll leave their contact information in the description. If you want to contact them, they can deliver a vehicle anywhere in the United States. So if you're interested in Nissan, I highly recommend contacting them. So thanks for watching. See you next time.